the button.
This is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
And welcome everybody to our daily gun show. We come to you live every day at midnight. It's 9 p.m. for the Easterns every day. So we run it live on the YouTubes. We simulcast it over at gunchannels.com. And what was it say? We do 3 gun-related topics every day, different topics throughout the week. We come up with those topics on Mondays with our audience. So if you'd like to help guide the show, join us on Mondays for that. Let's see, we take the best of audios, post those on iTunes. So that means we appreciate everybody that's listening to the show now or in the future on the various platforms, especially the people that take the time to leave us some feedback on those platforms. Subscribe to our channels, leave us comments, click the little thumbs up or the hearts or whatever it might be. All those actions, all those interactions with the platforms help to get our show recommended to more listeners. That is one of our goals. So we do appreciate that. We thank you every day because we're hoping to encourage people to do that for us. It's a favor. And once you've figured out that that interaction with the platform is your interaction with the platform, your deliberate interaction, then please take that to other things that you like, other creators that are doing valuable work, and let them know that you're interested. As human beings, we appreciate it. But also is the platforms, it's necessary. It allows gun-related stuff to show its worth on these platforms where, in some cases, where, it would be better if they understand that we're valued out there. So it's one way that you can be deliberate in your browsing of the web. Anyway, so we've got hosts. 3 of us are here today. Bob's jumping in from Canada. Thanks for joining.
Hey, glad to be here among all us rebels.
What? Rebels?
Yeah, we're all rebels, man.
Anarchists, you mean?
No, rebels. Anarchists are a bunch of pussies. We're rebels, man.
Okay, and then we got Jimmy. I don't know what Bob's thinking. And then we got Jimmy in Phoenix.
Good to be here, I guess.
All right, I'm down here in Tucson, and yeah, the anarchists will be jumping in just a minute, so everybody can get ready for that. So one of the nice things about being on in midnight now is we get to judge all the other shows that happen. So Ghost had a show earlier, and they were talking, man, it was Dwarf Now by the Crazy Anarchist. What were they talking about earlier? It was do Common Core in school. And they really seem to be, if I remember right, I might be recalling this incorrectly, but if I remember right, they were really in favor of Common Core. And I was like, no, I don't think Common Core is such a good thing. But anyway, then Matt had a chat and brought an anarchist in at the end. And that just barely ended a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
I don't want to be disrespectful. I mean, I may be very wrong here, but I'm under the impression that the modern day, like today's anarchist was like communists, like the Antifa movement and John Brown Club and all that. So I don't know.
Nah, I mean, there's still anarchists, but they're pretty much, everybody realizes they're a bunch of idiots.
Well, it's like punk nowadays is like for the establishment. It seems like they're against the Trump establishment, but they're for the
rap is against the Trump establishment, which I guess rap was kind of always against the establishment, but now they're pro Hillary. Like, how did rap become?
That's what I mean. Like,
yeah. It's a bunch of crybabies.
Anarchists are supposed to be against an anarchist or like a punk is supposed to be against all that shit.
Yeah.
I thought. So I don't know.
Yeah. Now
I think they changed the definition obviously.
We want our school paid for so that we can just hang out and do nothing and take women's studies and get a degree. in cheese arranging and stuff, because that'd be a reason to have a huge amount of debt. World's a crazy place. I swear, I'm just going to move out in the middle of the desert somewhere and just live out my days happily without anybody else around.
Well, you don't have to do that. You can just choose not to pay attention to whatever the agenda-based media is pumping out, or tune into things that are deliberately not paying attention to that, like this show. So I'm going to suggest
that. That's a great idea.
I'm going to suggest we dig in, talk about entertainment, which will be support actors who hate guns, ? Then we'll do good idea, bad idea. Looks like Smeggy and Dano decided not to show up today, so that'll make it easy because we'll have a winner for sure. Today we're talking about TactiCool, and then we do the hashtag Daily Gun Show Showdown, where we judge your pictures on the Instagram. So you still got time to jump over to the Instagram platform, post a bunch of pictures that are good, and use the hashtag Daily Gun Show, and then we're about to look at them, and then we'll judge them. Then we've got the gun shop of the day, gun of the day, and all these other things. So it's entertainment, supporting actors who hate guns. I already saw a comment on the YouTube side from Steadily. Says can't say I really care about actors who hate guns. If they're good at acting, then that's all I care about and expect from them, except Rosie O'Donnell type POSs. So I guess he's meaning like really vocal opponents to gun rights who are crazy, just dumb about it, using it as a way to be in the news.
People that just regurgitate rhetoric,
not
don't
even
really substance.
And when I think of her and some of the others, I think of ones that are just saying outlandish stuff just because they don't care. There's no repercussions. They only win. They say something totally wrong, a lie, just wrong, crazy. They win. They're in the news. We're talking about them. We're talking about them right now. And if they say something valid, then I guess they win. But I've never seen one of them say anything valid. But you know what I mean? They have nothing to lose. Anything they say gets their name out there, and that's what they're looking for, I think.
Well, I think you're quite right there. I mean, that crazy Rosie O'Donnell, I think she may have gone too far now, because she's now offered bribes on Twitter to Republican senators and then doubled down on it. Not just once. She offered these Republican senators, if they voted against the tax bill, offer them $2 million a piece. Now, according to law, that's illegal, right? And then she was asked several times, like, you're just kidding though, right? No, I will give them the money, blah, blah, blah. It's like, wow, that's someone who's unhinged. That's like going on TV and saying, I'll give you $100 million to kill this person. That's the same kind of thing, right? It's, actually crazy. So neat thing is she may end up in jail. That'd be really nice. Or at least get a fine that will be, 30 times, I think, 15 times the amount she offered to bribe the person with. It'd be kind of nice to take all her money away.
Yeah.
Isn't she supposed to move to Canada anyway?
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I think she should move to Nunavik.
I don't know.
Even look.
Mexico. She's closer to. Why did she choose Canada? Why did she go to Mexico? She's closer to Mexico.
Well, yeah. And Mexicans kind of like those chunky women. Of course, I don't know what Mexican women like, though. Wow. I think rich white guys.
It's like sexist and racist and probably.
I don't know how to describe that one.
How else do you expect me to respond, right? Because I'm an old Canadian dude. So I don't know about those terms. I'm pretty simple in my ways. Maybe in my head.
Luckily, there's no kids listening unless they're kid anarchists. Then they do what they want.
Yeah. And I think somebody made that point. Like an anarchist, well, then you don't tell your kids to do anything. They just do whatever they want.
I was wondering earlier, Matt was like, and then he was like telling that anarchist, like, and I'd like you to be on the show next week or whatever. Emailed me earlier, and I was like, what the hell kind of anarchist pays attention to time? Like, you think like that anarchist wears a watch around, worries about what date it is?
Yeah, these anarchists nowadays, I'm telling you, they worry about too much.
Yeah, really. And an anarchist, I mean, they wouldn't have the internet.
An email, anarchy.com. Like, who runs that server? Kicking your nuts. There's your email address. Kick you in the nuts. spike bracelet to the mouth. I don't think any of these. You think how many of these anarchists running around on Matt's chat have been in a mosh pit?
Yeah, a real mosh pit.
Do they do those anymore? I bet you they don't put like spike bracelets on and go in beating the crap out of each other, basically.
They do like shove pits nowadays.
Yeah, they just look at each other. They judge each other from across the room, and they cry. They have like a shame stick goes around, and they each judge each other. All right, well, damn millennials. All right, so support actors who hate guns. What do you guys think? I just read Dudley's comment out there. Then Bob took it.
I don't see a point in supporting any actor, period. I think they're all a bunch of twits. Even the ones that are into guns are, they're idiots. Like most actors have an IQ of 80, maybe. I mean, they're literally idiots. They don't know about anything. They're just morons. So supporting any of them is ridiculous.
Yeah, an actor is only good for being told what to do, really. I don't care about their opinions either way.
Yeah, they're just repeating someone else's lines. They're a bunch of idiots. Like I say, they're a waste of time, a waste of breath, actually.
John Wayne, Audie Murphy.
Yeah, I mean,
again,
they're great. They're great, but dance.
Yeah. So what?
That's all we want to see.
Yeah. Just dance. That's all you're supposed to do. And then shut up. All right? Because you got nothing.
Damn it. Man, can you see Clint Eastwood? Like, I'm going to build myself a shelf. Like, I'm in Canada vacationing in this, like, place. I need a shelf or whatever. So he goes to the lumberyard, sees Bob standing there leaning against something, probably. Like, hey, can you help me get this piece of wood out here? It's very long. I was like, dance.
Just dance.
Just dance.
Just dance. Not going for nothing else. Just dance, monkey, dance.
I'll get your piece of wood. You just keep dancing. All right. So I don't like supporting them. I'm all about use your influence, right? I think it's we're past the times when you look at a movie and go, wow, what's the next movie they're gonna feed us? We got cameras now. You can just go out and buy a camera, borrow a camera, get a camera used somewhere cheap. There's all kinds of neat stuff to play with. Any camera you buy is going to have neat stuff. There's absolutely no, oh, if only I could afford that camera, if my next camera had this. There's always more toys, but there's always cool stuff you can do with them. So I'm all about ignoring the actors. But at the same time, they're still making these big movies. So I'm all about letting them know. We have more and more opportunity than ever before, right? To send them emails or some sort of feedback through their whatever fan page or their studios, or maybe the movie itself has like some kind of portal, like a Facebook page or something. So if you can send back like, hey, you're a hypocrite, or hey, here's another thing, hey, I really like that you're pro-gun stance and you're public about it. That's awesome. Not only does the individual person maybe see it, or at least see that, of the dozens of emails or hundreds or thousands of emails that came in, this percentage said this percentage said this. If a high enough percentage said, thanks for your pro-2-gun stance, I mean, it's their secretaries that are reading that probably. So they're going to report to them what, it's their PR people or their people who are on their side. They're going to let them know if a 30% of their fans like their pro-2-gun 2A stance, that's going to make an influence, right? So I think it's worth voicing your opinion, or at least even in chats like this. If there's a chat like Matt does one of his nerd geek chats and labels it, so and so actors sucks because they're not 2A, or he does one of his FU videos, FU so and so actor because you don't support the Second Amendment. Their PR people see that, right? Their strategists see that. The people that tell them if they're, what kind of roles they should do, or if that was a successful movie they did.
Yeah, but I still think basically it's best just to ignore them because the majority of them are a bunch of morons, and who cares? I mean, if you want to bother,
who cares? If you ignore them, though, then they're going to keep doing their thing. And what if they run around thinking, "Oh, nobody's telling me anything, so I'm just going to go around being anti-gun"? Like, what if you tell them, "Hey, shut up about your anti-gun shit. Nobody wants to hear that." And they hear that more than they hear anything else. Guess what? They're probably going to shut up about their anti-gun stuff. Like you said, they want to be popular.
yeah, I have no interest in letting them know they're popular or not popular because I really, really don't give a shit about them.
I'm saying I don't give a shit about cancer, so I'm just going to do what I want. And, you know,
Well,
if you do something to prevent it, why not do something? It doesn't cost anything.
I may think some actors are like a disease. I also realize that there's no cure for that other than a, mass vaccination of Hollywood. And, I keep hoping that
saying,
that's going to happen when the earthquake happens, right?
Well, that's what I don't agree. You say right and you say, and I don't agree and I don't agree. No. I think that a couple of emails is exactly what changes their policy. If they're over there just flapping their yap and their fans say, shut up, guess what they're going to do? They're going to shut up. I mean, some of them will keep flapping their yap, sure. But most of them are going to shut up and they're just going to keep that to themselves. And if they shut up about it, then it's, next time there's one of them stupid videos saying we should have common sense, blah, blah, blah. They're not going to run in line for that movie, for that stupid commercial. And that's one less influencer out there against us. Isn't part of our job to be vigilant, being aware of an easy, whenever it's real simple, to remove somebody from being an adversary? So I guess I'm suggesting there's some consequence if we do nothing. Just because they're so popular.
Yeah, and that is true because they do have influence over some people. There are some people that, oh, Meryl Streep doesn't like guns? Well, I surely don't like guns either.
Well, it adds up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think anybody walks in lockstep, but it certainly adds up. You start hearing, enough people, these people are all anti-gun. Maybe there's something to it. That guy's funny. Maybe there's something to it.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I hear you. I don't go around following their fan sites or nothing. But I could handle if Matt did a thing one time and he says, like, okay, we're talking about some nerd movie or whatever. And then during that conversation, there's like a link to a form email on a webpage somewhere that you can click, and it sends that person's, what do they call it? Like their publicity person, their PR person, their manager or whatever it would be. The person who's in charge of keeping track of their fans. And you sent them some kind of an email that said, thank you for being a pro-gun person, or shut up about your pro-gun, your anti-gun shit, because nobody wants to hear it. Well, I'll agree with you. I ain't going to search it out myself either and keep track, make a big list of who's anti-gun or who's pro-gun.
Yeah, and every letter you send them, they can then use that as, he's so popular, he gets this many emails a day.
That's good. Who cares?
Yeah, that's right. That's why I don't care.
Jimmy, anything? Keep going.
No, but I have noted that the comment out there, Red Filipino says, I stopped watching any actor said common sense gun laws. I guess that does affect the entertainment value. I don't know, but for me it doesn't. I'm watching the movie to watch the movie, but I've heard of people saying before, like they watch a movie and just think, this guy hates guns, I hate him, or whatever. So I guess it could affect some people, but I don't know. I really can care less. That's it.
All right, well, I guess we'll get into good idea, bad idea. And before we do, we will acknowledge one of the people over on Gun Channels. Every day we try to feature one of the members over at Gun Channels. What? Looks like we got 2 in here for some reason. I don't know why we got 2 in here. Yeah. Every day we try to feature one of the members over at Gun Channels, and today we're featuring one of the people that we support over on the Patreon. So as soon as I can screen capture here and get everything all up. What? Is it not coming up? Oh, I have to put it up on the right screen, I guess. So we're trying to share the screen, and there we go. So we're featuring one of the members over on, well, one of the members of Gun Channels and one of the people we support over on Patreon. That's Schwell 11. So SHWELL 11, and he's down in Florida, and he's been doing stuff for quite a while. I remember him back on YouTube, at least in the comments and stuff, and I think making a video here and there. And then when everybody went over to Gun Channels, he was around, and it's kind of gone off and on. He had some health issues from his Air Force days, I believe. And then now he's involved with the Big Three range down there in Florida. Have you ever met Schwell, Bob?
I don't think I have.
Anyway, he'll come in every once in a while and chat.
Yeah, I've seen him in a chat like twice, I think, but I know him from what you were just talking about. I've watched a couple of his Big Three coverage.
Yeah, I've watched some of his videos, but I don't think I've ever met him. I might have talked to him on Gun Channels. I'm not sure, but I haven't met him in person for sure.
No.
He doesn't have a lot of members over on his Patreon. He says right in there, though, he has a Patreon page so that he can support other content creators. So there are some people supporting him back, but he only has the $1 tier. And I don't think his goal is to make it a crowd, or I mean a fundraising thing as much as a way for him to have a place over there to link his stuff and just, like I say, support other creators. So, cool dude, doing cool stuff. And building his own interesting stuff. He's really into the ARs with doodads and gizmos, which is about what we're going to talk about next. So it's probably a good transition into good idea, bad idea today is TactiCool. So I guess we're not probably talking about the word itself or the whatever, probably talking about whether or not it's a good idea or a bad idea to have what, I guess, tactical changes, but probably stuff made out of like nylon or Kydex and using the malice type attachments and being some sort of a drop leg or a vest or some sort of a pouch that's meant to be used by door kickers, people that are breaking doors in and grabbing people out of their sleep with night vision and worrying about going through hallways and stairways and alleyways and whatnot, and emulating their style of fight and their style of gear and tactics. That's what I'm guessing TactiCool is for this conversation. And then what are we saying? TactiCool or not, like whether or not it's valid to pursue any of that, the gear and the, I don't know if you call it tactics, but the gear and stuff.
Well, I think it's cool. Like, I mean, I'm kind of indifferent on this subject, like not super passionate, but I mean, as long as they don't rely on the gear and think that all the tactical stuff that the said person gets is going to make them an operator or make them better and actually like pursue training and practice that training and stuff like that, I guess it's an okay idea.
Yeah, as far as just the TactiCool stuff, I mean, if you want to do it, I think it's kind of silly. I like some of the devices. That's the problem, though, is I like the idea, oh, I really want night vision, right? I really want to play with that shit. I like some of the vests.
Oh, shit, we did it wrong.
But
hold on. Bob, good idea, bad idea?
All right. Jesus, it's tough. Good idea.
Jimmy?
I'm going to say bad idea.
I'm saying good idea. So what? Bob said good idea. So now it's, yeah, Jimmy's wrong. So now you can go back to saying whatever you're saying, Bob.
Okay, yeah. So what I'm saying is, like, I mean, the guys who like the mall ninja dress all in black kind of thing, and you know, have all the gear and everything strapped on.
See, that's what I think. TactiCool. When I think TactiCool, that's what I'm thinking. Black nylon SWAT gear when it was still snaps and then a little bit of Velcro still. Or just starting to be Velcro, but no plastic yet, no rubber. It was all metal and nylon. It was coming from Alice Gear and Nam, and looking like the SWAT TV show. But then now I'd say TactiCool is more trying to be like door kickers in the sandbox, like multicam and
Yeah. Well, that's just fashion changes, really. But yeah, that's what I mean. But I really like parts of it though. Like I really like the idea of like the cool night vision. I'd love to have night vision and scope. I mean, all that stuff is cool. And some of the stuff to, carry your gear, like maybe a battle belt and that kind of stuff that you can hang a bunch of magazine pouches from and shit like that. That's cool. But would I show up at the range dressed all in that just to go and, shoot my gun at the range? God, no. Because people would laugh at you.
So you got one foot in the bad idea, one foot in the good idea.
Well, no, because I think it's a good idea.
So it's okay to have like a soft armor vest.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and it's okay to have
a war belt, which is basically considered a heavy belt with padded, usually because you're carrying so much stuff on it. Usually a drop leg holster, some spare magazines, maybe a drop pouch to stow your old mags, and then maybe a pouch or two for like a multi-tool, but not a heck of a lot, like not like a Batman utility pouch, but like a war belt, like what you wear under your armor. So now you're gonna own that stuff, but you're never going to go to the range and shoot in it. You're just going to experience shooting in that stuff the first time when shit hits the fan or something happens and you got to don all that apparel.
Oh, no, I would do that in private. I would put it on and go out to the farm and practice out there or out in the desert. I wouldn't go to a range where people could see.
So you'd stay in the closet, in other words.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I would be in the closet as far as that goes, yeah.
You go to the range and practice life-saving skills in your life-saving garb.
Hell no, because I know that in all likelihood it's never going to happen. So, I mean, but just to have it and maybe go out by myself and just kind of wear it and maybe look at myself in a mirror and, fantasize and run around and jump into hills and, hide behind hills and shoot behind cover and stuff. I'd do all that, yeah. But that's, just me. I just wouldn't want people to see me doing it.
It's completely wrong. And I'll tell you why. It's because of the fact that there's a lot of people out there that just rely on that. They think that they got that gear, all this, and they've never taken a class in their life. They don't even know what they're doing with half of the stuff that they buy. They got to watch a video on how to attach it, and they, that's their training. They just bought a bunch of gear and geared up and don't know what to do with it. I think it's a horrible idea for people that don't know what they're doing. If you want to get the stuff, I got soft armor. I got a heavy belt. I got all that stuff, but I'm not going to walk around outside with it. I think that's a horrible idea.
There's also the movie Survivors, which is a good one for arming up. A little less slapsticky.
Yeah, watch this. And there's your TactiCool.
All right, so I'm all about it. Like, people want to dress up like cowboy days and walk around, they do it, and they call it single action shooting. People want to dress up like pioneer days and hang out, and they call it a rendezvous. People go to a steel competition or something and nobody cares. People go to a 3-gun competition and run around with the vests and stuff. Not 3-gun, well, 3-gun I guess too, but IPSC and IDPA, they run around and go through scenarios. Nobody cares. But as soon as you put on soft armor and a drop leg, all of a sudden you're somehow a mall ninja, and you shouldn't go to the range. You should have to practice around hills in your backyard.
Yeah. See, for competition, I don't see that as a bad idea, especially if you're using it for the attachment purposes and all that kind of. Yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea at all.
So you do agree it's a good idea now?
I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I started this off that way.
Yeah, then it wins. Then yeah, we're right.
Anarchy, we win.
Yep.
I guess I'll be an anarchist too and follow you guys.
Yeah, that's the kind of anarchist most of them are. I'm going to be an anarchist because Billy is. And he's
Rebel.
without a clue.
High production we have here. All right, so that was good idea, bad idea. We win. Bob and I have a pretty good streak here going. We're winning.
You win this time.
So that'll take us into gun shop of the day, which today is a gunsmithing school up in. Bob and I were sitting right next to. We didn't even know it that time we were up there. Actually, we seen it.
Next up on the Gun Show Loophole Tour is the gunsmithing school at the Trinidad State Junior College in Trinidad, Colorado. It's right north of the border with New Mexico, just north of the NRA Whittingham Center. And it's a pretty cool gunsmithing school from what I can tell. 70 people will apply each year, only 17 will be accepted. That's NRA certified. And that's as much as I know. I'm hoping to meet up with them in the future. And stay tuned for more videos when we're able to do that. Stay tuned for more on the Gun Show Loophole Tour. As always, thanks for watching.
So I didn't know much more about it. I talked to the guy when we were up there in Albuquerque before the thing. And talked to the guy about doing a tour. So we went up there to do the Red Dawn shooting locations. That's when I went up there and found out. Well, I knew about it, so I went up there and just called the guy, and he called me when I was coming back to New Mexico. Anyway, missed meeting up, and I called him again when I was doing the end of the tour, and missed him then. But it looks like he did leave a message here and a comment that he's the communications director for the campus, and he'd like to give us a tour. So next time we're up there, we'll try again to get a tour of the place. But one of the other things I saw here was Desla, how do you say that? Is number 1 or 2 or 3, 1 or 2 are in the top 3 at least of gunsmithing schools in the U.S. And I think I've heard that before, so curious to check out what it's all about. I think it's like 6 or 9 months. Look at that! Look at that SEO score, killing it, killing it. All right, so every day we try to feature a new gun shop. That's one of the reasons we do the show. Today, like I say, it's a gunsmith school, and stay tuned for more, like we say in the video, in the future. We'll definitely be going back up there. All right, so what's next?
Will that take us to Showdown or Gun of the Day or Gun Movie?
Gun movie's different. So normally we do a movie each day. It has something to do with guns. Today, we're making the audience do some work. So where's that thing that tells me? We got 37 people watching, so we should get a whole bunch of answers to this one. We're looking for top 10 anti-gun actors. Top 10 anti-gun hypocrites in Hollywood. Bob, of course, has no clue. He doesn't pay attention.
No, I don't.
Today. But I'm sure everybody out there does pay attention to the world and will be able to help us come up with the top 10 anti-gun hypocrites in Hollywood.
I know the most disappointing for me is Marky Mark.
Being a convicted felon?
Yeah.
I would say that Robert De Niro is, the biggest hypocrite.
That's a frustrating one.
Yeah. Deer Hunter. Bunch of classics.
So we got a gun of the day. One of Bob's favorites, besides Nazis, is Koreans, North Korean stuff.
I believe that was actually the quiz of the day, but
They what? Yeah, looking at holy shit, dude.
Well, he stuck it right here next to this one, then. All right.
Yeah, right under the daily tactical pop quiz. It's insane.
I meant the Barrett F468. What?
Because it's show 468.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. It's way better than your other one that you had.
But this is neat. This is at 6.8. I think 6.8 caliber. Remington 6.8. Impressive round. I mean, it really that's what they should be using. I look at that and go, yeah, that's a round I could get behind. That's got some real punch to it. It's, especially you compare it to a 223, it's like, 60 or 70% more power. Oh, that's a big punch. And the range is way better. But yeah, the Barrett, it's kind of interesting because they're really known for their 50 cals, and they came out with this thing, and it's an impressive gun. Nothing really new on it, but yeah, it's got some pretty cool features, and it shoots that round. I love that round. That's my new favorite round. Well, no, it's never going to replace a 30-06, but it's a new round I'm interested in. Just I'd have to buy a funny gun, black plastic AR type platform, or maybe a bolt. I could probably get a bolt action.
And what's so good about it?
It's the power compared to the 223. That round is just, yeah, got real punch, and it's not that much bigger. It's basically, it's kind of looks like a little bit smaller bullet on a 7.62 by 3.9.
Well, it's pretty much that one.
Yeah. So that may be why I like it. But a little bit smaller bullets, got a little more velocity. Generally, I don't think smaller is better, but in this case, when we're talking to get some real punch out of a fairly light cartridge, man, it seems to work. So that's our gun of the day. And, I know it turned into the cartridge thing, but yeah, the Barrett 468 is a pretty cool little rifle. And like I say, it shoots that really cool round. That's why I picked it. My pick, and it's our show, so screw you.
No shame in that.
Nope. What we got next, Ghost? Jimmy?
I don't know, Dano. Hang on a second. Let me see.
We already did the top 10 anti. No, we didn't do the top.
Oh, we got some lists out there though, or some people out there. Danny DeVito,
Kevin Bacon,
Shania Twain's anti-gun. Oh, fuck. She was my backup wife.
Now, is Mark Wahlberg? I see Mark Wahlberg out there. Is he actually anti-gun? I thought he was just a felon that can't hold guns.
No, he's anti-gun.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm pretty sure I've seen something about him slapping his jap about anti-gun stuff.
But
Liam Neeson.
Wouldn't you be anti-gun if you couldn't hold one? Because you'd want everybody else to be defensive.
No, I think these people are anti-gun because it's cool to be anti-gun. I don't think they give it 3 minutes thought anyway. You know what I mean?
No. Well, they're too dumb to think.
Sean Connery.
The majority of them, not all of them.
Sean Connery is anti-gun? That's a kick in the nuts. Clooney doesn't. Right? Nobody cares, I don't think. That's not a big one.
Dwayne Johnson, The Rock is anti-gun. Well, I guess he's a wrestler.
Yeah.
Rather wrestle you.
Fake. Jim Carrey, I think I've heard that one before.
Yeah, that's not too much of a shocker, though.
Anybody know what Tom Cruise is? He anti-gun or pro-gun?
Well, he's gone to front sight before, so I suspect he's comfortable personally with them. I don't know if he's come out pro-gun or not.
I don't think he has. He's one of those guys who hasn't. Same with the guy who was married to Angela Jolie. Angela Jolie pro-gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought Angelina was pro her having guns and
No.
anti people having guns.
No, she's pro gun. Her Brad Pitt apparently is too. I mean, he bought her a $2 million gun range for their one of their houses.
Huh?
So you got to be pretty pro gun to buy a gun range, just to have in your house. Yeah, Cruz is a dumbass, but that I've always wondered. The thing is, I don't like him, so I'm hoping he's not pro gun because then I have another reason not to like him. The thing is, I don't like Brad Pitt, so it's kind of annoying that he's pro gun because I kind of have to be like, oh, I can't dislike him as much as I'd like to.
All right. Well, so thanks for bringing those in. I don't know if we're going to come up with a top 10 or not.
Yeah.
But what we can do is talk about the hashtag Daily Gun Show. Last week we had 1370. Is that true? And then this week we had 1397.
Snap.
So that's quite a few. So we'll dig in. Little dog, little puppy nose. This chick?
Who are those from?
I wonder. Probably not the number 1 or the number 3. I remember all these, don't we?
Yeah, I seen those.
Yeah.
There's something goofy. That doesn't seem like 30. It seems like 6. 2, 4, 6. Now we're into these already. I think they're screwing with us.
Where's our repost?
No.
No, these are pretty much all the ones we've seen last week, I think. Well, we'll have to deal with what we got. So, I'm up in here with Chris's, I'm guessing. Do you remember that stock from last week? I remember Bob's.
Yeah, that was the Romanian one.
Jimmy's barbecue thing was in here, wasn't it?
No. I did that one this week. Actually, I was on a lobby chat, I think.
I don't know about Bob's. Actually, having stuck his decals onto the stop sign that he stole.
Not stop sign.
Sorry, that's a slow children crossing sign.
It's a large piece of aluminum I found in my backyard.
It's a sign that was like slow 20 mile an hour, drastic turn with a cliff, and then a slow children crossing.
I should take pictures on it. It's on the trailer now. It actually looks pretty good.
This one's pretty good. Lots of background scene in that one.
That's got to be a blue screen, right?
This goes way off to the edge of the flat Earth.
Yeah.
It looks like those 2 old guys from the Muppet Show sitting up in the balcony.
Oh, yeah.
You kind of see the faces in there.
Yeah, in the rock.
The wrong kind of mushrooms this afternoon.
No, I can see it too, man.
All right.
Seriously.
All right.
Jesus.
I don't, but that's good. Orange rocks. So here's Jimmy's barbecue quesadilla.
Yeah, the best.
I thought that was a drink in there. I thought that was like a drink with ice cubes and Coke. Seriously.
Nah.
What, a barbecue quesadilla? You thought that was a drink?
I guess so, yeah.
No, it's that quesadilla is just where you take it flour tortilla and you fold it in half with a bunch of cheese. In this case, they put some kind of sloppy meat in there.
Yeah, see, the way the picture is, to me, it looks like that's a glass. That's,
Oh my
I
God.
now realize it's a aluminum pan, but it just looks like a glass to me, full of Coke or something. Whoa. Okay, who's this?
Yeah, way better picture.
Let's look at this 75 round mag. Although I believe it's a 50 round mag, but whatever.
I'll take
They
it.
were 45. Weren't those for the machine guns?
No, these are for nothing. These are just 2 regular mags, or in this case, 3 regular mags stuck together. You can see the seam there and there.
Oh.
Big crazy spring.
Okay.
Here's Angry getting ready to go to a movie.
Alcoholics Anonymous meeting.
Movie. Star Wars movie. Anybody gonna say anything about her trigger? She got her leg all curled up, just like her trigger finger there.
I let her pass.
I don't think her finger's on the trigger though.
No, it's not. It's not on the trigger, but it's all curled up. It certainly isn't extended.
No.
She's
also, no bayonet, but whatever.
Good looking lady though, yeah. Ooh, nice boots.
We're worried about 922R. This is a Mac 90 and 75 round magazine plugged into it, technically. Is there enough for these reposts? Talk about getting reposts. Who originally posted this thing in the first place? Is there any way to even know? So you can see how pictures can go viral. Get a chick, have her hold the gun, take the picture and post it. Here's a nice one. The old cunt cap.
Well, that's a pretty gun.
Kimber. Little piece of fig. Nice Smith. Speed strip.
Another Kimber.
Week of just plain old gun picks this week. Not a bunch of fanciness.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, other than putting it in interesting backgrounds and whatnot and having good, clear pictures. Uh-oh, what do we got here? Pondering his never quit grips. He never quits putting never quit grips on, that's for sure.
He does seem to like those, doesn't he?
Oh, man, he's all about that mag full grip. Chicken wing. Like, I don't care about no chicken wing. Shoot me in the elbow. I'll put it right out there for you. Then we got Steadily doing the, what is this? What is it?
An AK-47.
I think he's supposed to be making a Romanian.
There it is.
Close up of SAR. Little puppy nose. This is because it's freezing cold here. That poor puppy had be woken up in the middle of the night. Oh no, this is in California. I thought that was your puppy nose.
Oh no.
Where's Dog Body been? Why hasn't he been on the gun channels?
I don't know.
Did you say something to him again, Jimmy?
I don't know.
There we go. Smeggy posted one of the gun shop, and gun show loot things. Here's Bob's camper. This is super old.
That is not Bob's camper.
That's your camper. I got a picture of it.
This is not my camper. Way nicer than that.
Very similar.
It isn't similar.
Well, okay. Bob's
that's like a 71, maybe.
Still have children in play. He put slow down sign and stuck it over this hole in his. But otherwise, it's.
A 1970 camper. Mine's like 81.
All right. Well, that was our. Oh, did we even vote? Oh.
I vote for myself. I was very unimpressed this week.
I'm voting for the pretty blonde girl with the AK.
I don't even know how that one got into ours. Who originally did that one even? It's got to be this one. Nope, from Samantha Silver. So here's Samantha Silver's, and yeah, she put Daily Gun Show in it. I'll be damned. Look at this. Here's the evidence. I was using my CSI skills of the internet.
Show me.
And I found her original picture.
You have to show us.
What, it's not screen sharing?
No, it is now.
Daily Gun Show, right there.
Oh.
Obviously, she listens to this show. Next, we just have to figure out which of the three of us she's watching it for.
I feel like she's somewhat new, and the newest cast member. So 1 + 1 is always 2, usually.
Oh, I'm pretty sure she's listening to me. She's probably seen me live on camera.
Mm-hmm. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, she's getting our vote, right? She's a chick. She's holding an AK, and she used our hashtag. Done.
Yep. She is the winner.
That's how you can do it. That's how you can do it. If you're a chick out there, or I guess access to a chick, boom.
Now, how do you get her email address or her address to send her the prizes?
You don't have to worry about contacting her. How about we leave it at that?
No. No, I can do it. I mean, take a little bit of a load off your back. I'll look after all that. You just get me your address and I'll contact you.
I feel like I don't want Bob worrying about my back. Leave my back alone. All right. So, Travis is saying somebody outbid him on the pillows. Those, if you would throw a link in here, and then we'll throw the pillow out there. It's still got a couple of days, I think, for the Gun Channel's pillow, and we'll consider that one of our commercials for the show. And we'll talk about a movie, or we talked about a movie already. So we can talk about history a little bit. There was some history today, nothing all that great, if I remember right. Looking through here. Oh, this was kind of neat. In 1862, today, what does it say? December 21st, 1862, Congress authorizes the Medal of Honor to be awarded to Navy personnel. So, the Medal of Honor wasn't for everybody all the time. It didn't even exist all the time. So it wasn't until 1862 that they included the Navy. Obviously, the Navy has done very many gallant actions. Let's see. 1928, Coolidge signs the Boulder Dam bill. So they started building the Boulder Dam, which we've talked about plenty of times, which is an awesome sight to see.
That's true.
Let's see. Red Cloud and Crazy Horse in 1866 killed some guy and 79 other men who had ventured out from Fort Bill Kearny to cut wood. So people forget that the Indian Wars were 120 years long.
Yeah.
Years of fighting in this country.
Just think that's America was a big country at the time, had a lot of military power, and yet it took them that long to take down the Indians. Like, make no mistake, they were fighters.
1945, Patton died today at age 60 after being hit by a car, I guess.
Yeah, well, truck ran into his staff car, truck ran into his staff car. Hit his head. Pretty sad.
1879, Stalin was born today. Communist leader of the Soviet Union.
Oh, that should make all the anarchists, they'll be celebrating.
1937, Jane Fonda was born today.
Itch.
Just saying. All right, so a bunch of other stuff happened, but nothing good. So that was that day in history. Did somebody throw a link to the pillow? No. I was hoping someone outside who was talking about the pillow might throw a link to the pillow out there. We'll go grab it. The link out there.
So why did the pillow hasn't sold yet, right?
I'm double checking, but I don't think so.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
You got a link?
No, I don't have the link handy. No.
I don't got a link.
I'm waiting for eBay. It's taking forever. Here we go. Oh, I can look at my stuff that I bid on, I bet. I was thinking I would bid on it since he was putting all the money towards gun channels, because I figured then whatever amount of money I bid on it, they'll just give it to me.
Yeah, that's true. Could save the middleman then, right?
Well, he'd pay a massive fee for however much I ended up getting it for. But
Yeah, that'd probably be kind of crooked.
well, it's anarchy. So,
Yeah,
capitalism anarchy. That's what you get.
Chaos.
yeah. I like what Pants says is the pillow possesses great power. Like if you have that pillow, you can meet with any of the gun channels crew. That would give you special powers.
No.
Walk around with it on your head.
No.
Yeah.
Just definitely being cool and buying the thing but no, it doesn't gain you any access. If Bob wants to leave his bathroom door open and say, if you have the pillow, blah, 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 but what's
with the bathroom? What?
I don't know. I don't know what you're getting at with like it gets you into anybody's room or whatever you just said.
All access pass.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever you want to do, however you want it to go down, as long as you got the pillow, it's happening.
Oh no.
You're the only one agreeing to that.
No.
No.
Unless you put the rider in there, you got to be a good-looking lady between the ages of 35 and
Now it's
75.
creepy. Now I'm sure good-looking lady 76 is the high bidder on this, and now she's thinking twice. Like, uh-oh. Bob said he has a piece of meat.
It's up to $80. Holy shit.
Yeah, so why don't you quit jinxing it? Quit telling people weird things you're going to do to them if they buy this pillow. Trying to make a couple of bucks here.
Some weird things that have been done with that pillow, but
anyhow, all he says is there are going to be some baby chihuahua and min pin hairs on it because, he's got dogs. All right, so that was a commercial. We threw the link out there. Again, Dead Horse made that and is donating all the funds towards gun channels. It's kind of cool. So appreciate the effort and everybody who's participating in it. It looks like it has a bunch of, we call them bids.
that's very cool.
All right, so this has been episode 468. Right on time. What are we doing? We did something right here. So
well, actually, we did something wrong. I have a little history.
What's this history? This is
What
anarchy.
the heck?
Yeah, this is anarchy right now, so this is how it's going down. Everybody knows that sound. Time to crack them knuckles, whip out them keyboards. So this is an actual historic test here. Yes, anarchy. This is an actual historic test, though. Earlier in the show, what gun did G-Webs accidentally screen share? Earlier in today's show, what gun did G-Webs accidentally screen share?
Was it even an accident, or was it set up for this to happen?
You'll never know. Dun, dun, dun. You'll never know.
Hey, if nobody gets this, that just means they're not paying attention. Nope. Barrett, Springfield pistol. Nope. Nope. Luger, 448. Nope. Nope. You guys are just guessing.
Yeah, they're just saying guns.
Yeah. 42. No. It's not 42.
It was on the screen for quite a while.
Yeah.
They didn't recognize what it was.
I
They don't
even
pay
said
attention.
it was a bunch of
I
times.
know.
Because I was like, here's today's gun of the day. And I said, over and over.
And
So-
why he picked this blank.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he even said Bob loves his Koreans.
You just give it away. I was trying not to say that.
Well, I say Koreans.
And you're still saying-
I say Koreans, and Gary says Uzi. So there you go.
Mac 10, Iridium, anal probe gun, rubber band gun, AK-47, the
It was
black
the black
one,
one.
M49. Oh, at least somebody's making a guess. It's hot dog. No, Jesus. Lord have mercy.
It's the last time.
I think we're gonna have to just run it out on these boys.
Yeah.
And they're
Out the
gonna
clock.
pay more damn attention.
10 seconds.
Oh, you guys, come on.
I'm disappointed.
I'm-
Not that they were paying attention, but they don't have any, like,
Oh,
Re-
Pat's just too late.
Yeah, Pants, good job, but way late. I
Yeah,
bet you had to rewind the show a little bit.
yeah.
how do we even know what he's saying? He might be talking about a stereo company for all I know. He doesn't have any numbers in there.
Yeah, a cheap foreign car or something. I don't know.
Oh man,
It wasn't that the Daewoo something or another?
K3.
K3, which is a type of
Yeah.
rifle that we showed for a bunch of times. And I said Daewoo. It said
Yeah.
Korea.
Yeah, they had, and then Jimmy says Korean again during the quiz.
Yeah.
Really, make it easy for them.
But unlike a lot of Common Core practical quizzes that'll happen, where sure they're open book, but they want you to pass because they only get paid if you pass. We got to pay to give this stuff away, so we're doing everything we can to screw our audience and bait and switch. So you don't win nothing today. We're keeping it.
Yep, that's right. That's our bonuses. However
Yeah.
many we can, fool you with. That's what our bonus is for the year. So
Everything I was gonna send out today as prizes, I'm selling on the streets, and we're divvying up that money.
that's right. There's some good stuff in there today, because every once in a while we mix in and throw some really
It was
good
like
stuff in.
it was like
That
five.
was
It
nice.
was like 5 Bitcoins in there.
Yeah. Oh well, guys, too bad.
No big deal. Just a day wound. South Korean gun that everybody's seen earlier.
Yeah. All
All
right.
right. Well, that was episode 468. I think we were saying, and that means we'll be back here tomorrow with episode 469. It'll be a Thursday, so we'll be talking about CCW. We'll be talking about training. Specifically, do we underestimate the power of calibers? And then training, how many rounds a month does it take to stay proficient? And we'll be talking about gun gifts under $10, as well as a gun shop of the day, a gun movie of the day, all the other fun stuff that we hit on a daily basis. But is there even going to be any shows between now and then?
I don't know.
I would assume not.
No, probably not. Nothing worth watching anyway. This is the only show you want to watch.
So in the morning, it'll open up with early watch, and then they usually run a lobby between the morning shows and all the way up through into the afternoon at least, and then somebody will run a lobby up into the primetime shows. Tomorrow's Thursday. So what, Ellis?
Ellis is going to be coming on. I just gotta click over here real quick.
Tech Daddy does Gun News Weekly. Yankee will do his show solo, and then Clover runs his show.
Night. Yeah.
Then we'll be back here tomorrow midnight.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah,
all right.
You get the schedule. You can always go over to Gun Channels. Up at the top of any page you're on, one of the items up there says live, and there's a live schedule link there. And most of the people that are creating shows over on Gun Channels will try to keep their schedule or their name in the schedule, correct there.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up with our quote. Today's quote is by another general I admire. It's Norman Schwarzkopf. I remember how famous he got in the news during the first Iraq War, and he just seemed like an all right guy. I mean, I don't know, maybe stuff has come out later that said he wasn't that good. I don't know, but anyway, I love this quote just because. So before that, though, I do want to remind everybody, please like, share, thumbs up. If you can, support us on Patreon. Why not? If you do, that might make a little easier for us to do our gun tours. Here's a quote, Norman Schwarzkopf. Going to war without France is like going hunting without an accordion. And on that cheery note, thanks everybody, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.
The guys and gals of GunWebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching GunWebsites.com.